And a very pleasant good evening, and we welcome you once again to Ventura College Football on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the VC Sports Network. The Pirates return to action as they welcome the Cerritos College Falcons to the VC Sportsplex. Last week, a house of horrors here at home for the Pirates as they fell 65-24 at the hands of the Mount San Antonio College Mounties. They will try to bounce back tonight against the Falcons, who come in off their own loss after starting the season 1-1 in 2 games at home. The Falcons take to the road for the first time this season off a 14-10 heartbreaker, a loss to San Diego Mesa a week ago down in Cerritos. They will also try to bounce back. Final week of non-conference play here before a week off, or I should say before we get to conference play in advance of the week off, which comes on October 7th. Nonetheless, we wrap up non-conference play here tonight, and the teams will get down to conference play a week from tonight. The Pirates won the toss, and I should say the Pirates won the toss, and they have elected to receive. Don't quote me on that. I believe I heard that the Pirates had won the toss, and I thought they had deferred, but they're going to get the ball first. So the Pirates will go on offense first, and this, hopefully for Pirate fans, will be a departure from a week ago when the Mounties won the toss, went on offense first, elected to take the ball, and frankly never looked back. Massive hit on the return as Blizzard goes down at the 20-yard line. And that's where the Pirates will start. That was a big hit for Cerritos by Rulroy Lavu. And Rulroy Lavu, an interesting case, is a player who figures prominently in the fold in the defensive backfield for the Falcons, and he returns for the first time this season and immediately makes his presence felt. So Lavu with the big hit. They're at the 20. And a first down handoff as Chris Irvin gets to start at quarterback for the first time. Still trying to sort things out are the Pirates at the quarterback position between Irvin and Daniel Duran. And when we talked to Steve Mushagian this week, Steve Mushagian said we have to give Irvin a look as the starter at some point. We're going to try it. We're still trying to sort it out. He completes a long pass, finding Jerron Glenn, who's still on his feet, into Falcon territory, finally dragged down at the Falcon 34-yard line. So the Pirates in business early as Irvin finds Glenn. Now Irvin looking to scramble, but he's going to just get back to the line of scrimmage when he is brought down quickly by Jaden Minix. First flag on the night, and it works against the Pirates, so they'll back up. So they'll back up to the 45, where it'll be 1st and 20, as the Falcons will accept the penalty. Cool evening in Ventura, just under 70 degrees, 67 degrees, but figure for the temperature to continue to fall. And the wind at 8 miles an hour, but it also figures to pick up as the game goes on. So again, could see weather be a factor. Meanwhile, another good pass from Irvin as he finds Thompson down the far sideline to the 26-yard line. And the Pirates getting things going. Rodriguez finally runs him out of bounds at the 26-yard line. That's a gain of 19. Should leave a 2nd and 1. Pirates on their first drive. They'll go to Thompson. Picks his way forward before Leroy Palu wraps him up. But that's a gain of a couple and a good job by Thompson, following Dixon and Malachi Brown on the left side of that offensive line and getting it done for a couple of yards on a 2nd and 1. So the Pirates on the move as freshman Chris Irvin gets the start in the backfield. And again, the Pirates still figure both Duran and Irvin in the plans, but hoping that one might separate themselves. Pop fly and an interception in the end zone as they were looking to attack Zedekiah Rodriguez-Brown, but he had terrific coverage on Eli Aragon. And let's take a look back here. That's just the tail end of it, and we'll apologize there as you see Rodriguez-Brown, who had great coverage on Aragon. So a good drive for the Pirates, but they come up empty as Irvin, with the interception, looking for Aragon in the end zone. The Pirates early on in the season struggling on turnovers. They're now -4, having turned it over 5 times. They forced just 1 turnover. First down carry and not much happening. Joaquin Elliott in the backfield. Falcons expect to see Michael Hayes returning from injury, who figures to be the #1 back this season, looking to make his first appearance tonight. But Elliott, who has been handling things as the #1 running back over the first couple of weeks, just under 3 yards a carry, and loses a yard on his first carry. Second down. Quick throw in the flat, complete, but not much doing. And the Pirates responding quickly defensively. Messiah Jones with a quick hit on the completion to Dylan Laurer. So not much doing for Laurer. In fact, no gain, and it's a 3rd and 11. And we'll take you back moments ago to the work by Messiah Jones, and this just well diagnosed. Jones on it quickly, and no chance for Laurer. Gets a little bit of a break. Meanwhile, back live in the throw over the middle, and a 3rd down conversion as Chavez makes the catch for the Falcons. David Chavez, the sophomore tight end, working over the middle, and 3rd down conversions were a huge story a week ago, and the Pirates struggling massively on 3rd down early this season defensively. Opposing offenses converting at 56% over the first 2 weeks. And there's a big conversion on 3rd and long to keep the drive alive for the Falcons here in the first quarter. Eldridge at quarterback. And Hayes with his first carry running left and around the corner. Forced out of bounds by Benjamin Hall after a gain of a couple of yards. Will bring up a 2nd and 8. Hayes had a great spring and summer. Figured to be the #1 back for the Falcons, still does, but suffered an injury in the team scrimmage late in the summer. Missed the first couple of weeks, but they are very excited to get Hayes back in the fold, part of the 3-headed monster for St. John Bosco. And he is a premier recruit, and they are excited. Dean Grossfeld talking about Hayes. It's not just running the ball, but how about catching the ball as he does right here. Able to make one man miss and pick up the first down. So Hayes on a 2nd and 9 picks up 11. The Falcons are into Pirate territory at the 49. He says that Hayes not only runs the ball well, but catches the ball well, does a good job in pass protection. He's the total package. And this offense that has struggled somewhat over the first couple of weeks, certainly last week in the loss to San Diego Mesa, figures to get a big boost with Hayes back in the fold. 1st and 10 from the 49. Chavez, who had the big catch moments ago, in motion. Hayes running left, but they'll blow the play dead. This is going to back the Falcons up.
Not all 11 men came set before the snap. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
Our referee tonight, Shane Smith, with the call. 5-yard penalty, and it'll be 1st and 15. Eldridge, one of 3 quarterbacks to play in the game last week against San Diego Mesa, and that was not by design. 2 quarterbacks injured. Eventually, Andre Lampley, the 3rd-string quarterback, pressed into action in the 14-10 loss. Throw over the middle and a big stick. Short gain, first catch for Chase Grossfeld, the son of head coach Dean Grossfeld. A gain of just 4 yards brings up a 2nd down and 11, and a big hit delivered by Jalen Blizzard. And we'll watch here again as they try to work short to Grossfeld. But Blizzard right there, and a good stick. 2nd and 11 from midfield. Just underway, Pirate football on the VC Sports Network. Eldridge pop flies the far side, and it's a jump ball, and it is caught by Michael Bruner. What a catch by Bruner. The coverage was good by Jalen Wesley. Let's see if we have this one. And watch here, Wesley gets both hands on it, and Bruner, with tremendous concentration, makes the catch down at the 6-yard line. Well, Bruner shows the hands, but we talked to Dean Grossfeld. He talked about the speed. Bruner, 4.3 speed in the 40. And Wesley was right with him, but a good throw by Eldridge and a better catch by Bruner. Out on the left side and a touchdown for the Falcons. Gavin Porch, a 6-yard touchdown catch. As the Falcons take advantage of the early turnover. And Porch working one-on-one with the reception will take you down field level. And just getting there a little too late as Eldridge bouncing back from the injury a week ago. Sharp on that drive, and with 8:36 remaining in the first quarter, it's the Falcons who draw first blood, leading at 7-0. It's Ventura College Football on the VC Sports Network. Falcons go 80 yards on their first possession, and midway through the first quarter, the Pirates' struggles defensively continue as the Falcons get the touchdown. Eldridge to Gavin Porch. Taken 2 yards deep out to the 10. It's Blizzard again looking for a lane. Hit at the 15, but manages to push forward to the 20. And once again, that's where the Pirates will start. Well, Irvin was pretty sharp on the first drive right up to the interception. You can't get a whole lot more sharp than Dylan Eldridge, who was 6 of 6 on the opening drive, including the touchdown. And after struggling mightily to slow down the Mounties on the ground, it was the Falcons working through the air primarily. As Eldridge spread it out to 5 different receivers, eventually finding Porch for the touchdown. Quick throw in the flat, and it's dropped. Trying to go back to Glenn. Glenn, 3 catches for 47 yards in the loss last week, but 37 of those yards came on the opening drive as the Pirates executed a perfect screen and a 37-yard touchdown for Glenn, but after that, not a whole lot happening for the Pirates, eventually falling way behind. And Glenn wide open, has to come back. And did he make the catch? He did. Good adjustment from Glenn. It's an 11-yard gain as we watch one more time, and that's a great job by Jerron Glenn. Making the catch, moving the chains, 1st and 10. 3-yard run. On first down, will bring up a 2nd and 7. That's the first carry for Lamont James. Ronald Tebow, again, quickly there on the stop. Tebow, one of 2 outstanding starting linebackers for the Falcons. This is a deep and talented defense for the Falcons this year, but E.J. Smith and Ronald Tebow. Tebow, a returning sophomore, really key this defense. Thompson James on the carry. Out to the 40. That is very near the first down, but about a yard shy. 3rd down and 1 coming up. The Pirates, for their part, on 3rd down. 45% on the season as they face a 3rd and 1. And a big early 3rd and 1. James bounces it to the outside, has the first down and more. Forced out of bounds after a gain of 9 yards to the 49. Tyreek Bradley eventually forcing him out of bounds. But that time it was the right side of the Pirate offensive line. Julio Ray, Jacob Lemus, both returning sophomores with a good push, springing James for 9 yards. Lamont James coming in, 154 yards over the first 2 weeks, but that includes 111 yards in the opening win against Saddleback. They try to set up the screen to Saddleback, but not going anywhere. Quinn Potts, moving up from his safety spot, was on top of James, and that play was going nowhere. Potts, a bounce back from the University of New Mexico, redshirt a year ago, but now into the fold, and he is one of the leaders in that defensive backfield. An outstanding talent for the Falcons. 2nd down and 10. Irvin still at the controls. Blitz coming, and the Pirates keep it on the ground. Potts quickly there again. James for maybe a yard, and it will bring up a 3rd and 9 from midfield. Meanwhile, a Pirate offensive lineman slow to get to his feet. That Branson Lewis, and Lewis will hobble off, and here comes Malachi Brown to replace him. Excuse me, that might be Donald Dixon. Either way, it's a 3rd and 9 for the Pirates, who will spread it out. 4 wide receiver formation. Irvin with a deep drop, under pressure, steps up, guns over the middle, and has the completion for a 1st down. Finding Aragon on 3rd and 9. Rodriguez Brown with the stop, but Irvin gets good protection, I should say, and you see the arm strength, as that time he finds Aragon working against Rodriguez Brown back live, and James with the carry down to the 35. Hit and stopped. Montrell Mingo with the tackle, but not before James picks up 5 yards. It's the 2nd and 5, and the Pirates, again, on the move. This somewhat reminiscent of the first drive that saw the Pirates make it into the red zone before the Irvin interception. And they go back to James trying to stutter step, but down he goes after a gain of a yard. Jaden Minix among the first to get there, getting a little help from Anakin Iapu. That'll leave a 3rd and 4 from the 34, and big 3rd down for the Pirates, who already trail it. They are 2 of 2 on 3rd down in the game so far. Another good throw from Irvin, going back to Aragon. Tiptoes the sidelines. And again, good execution on 3rd down. Aragon working 1-on-1 against Zedekiah Rodriguez Brown, and Aragon gets the feet down. And the Pirates move the chains once again. They stay perfect on 3rd down. Irvin back to the air on 1st and 10. Now he will look to run. Tebow brings him down. He appeared to be inside the 20, but they're going to spot it back at the 21. That will leave a 2nd and 7. It's a 3-yard run for Irvin. You see the speed of Tebow, the returning sophomore. Irvin unable to get away, but does manage to pick up positive yardage. The Pirates will overload the far side. In the home black jerseys, James, little hesitation, now lowers the shoulder inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line. Taliala, Madialona. Some challenging names. Shall do my best. It's a 4-yard run, leaving a big 3rd and 3. Pirates back in the red zone. Deep drop for Irvin, crossing pattern complete, very near the 1st down. Finding Mikey Henderson, who couldn't get away from Chandler Nixon. This will come down to the spot. They'll spot at the 15. It's a 4th and 1. The Pirates are going to line up to go for it. They're already 5 of 9 on 4th down on the season. Quick snap to James. James tries to cut it back. 2nd effort, has the 1st down. The ball squirts out, but they're going to whistle it dead. But James with good 2nd effort. And this is just good patient running. Watch Lamont James initially stopped, then off of contact, squirts forward and has a big 1st down pickup. Good effort from Lamont James. Pirates convert on 4th down, back to work at the 13-yard line. Irvin looking into the end zone, wants Henderson working against Minix. Henderson wants a flag, but none coming. And we should have a pretty good look at this one, but and you see some contact, but no flag coming. 2nd and 10 for the Pirates as we bring you back live. Football resting at the Falcon 13-yard line. Quick moving first quarter. 3:01 remaining. Irvin has time. Out in the flat, finds Henderson, and he is going to be ruled down. Potts able to stop his momentum. And we'll watch here one more time. And it looked like Henderson almost kept his feet, but watch here as Potts closes. Didn't really see the knees go down, but the call on the field is that Henderson down at the 10-yard line leaves a 3rd and a short 7. Irvin with James in the backfield. Designed roll. Looking left. And it's picked off again. Zedekiah Rodriguez-Brown, his 2nd interception. Not sure where Irvin was trying to go. Let's watch here from up top as Zedekiah Rodriguez-Brown bedevils the Pirates for the 2nd time. And I think this is just an ill-advised throw. He is trying to squeeze it in back there again. Let's get one more look at it. See from the end zone. And Pirate quarterbacks did not throw an interception a week ago. Yeah, he's looking for Eli Aragon again. And there you see the 2 for Rodriguez-Brown. Well, he's keeping track. And he's already got a couple of interceptions, and the Pirates are turned away in the red zone again. And this is a Pirate team that year after year is very efficient in the red zone. And tonight, uncharacteristically, a couple of turnovers deep in Falcon territory. Well, you can't really blame the Falcons if they're feeling a little snake bit coming into this one. 2 quarterbacks go down in a 4-point loss, and in that 4-point loss, the Falcons were on the move. When time ran out, they had it down to the Mason 19-yard line. But Dean Grossfeld talks about had one play where there was miscommunication on a route and a missed opportunity for them on that drive, and they eventually just ran out of time, falling 14-10, but they've made it back. The luck has turned around in this first quarter as they have been able to turn the Pirates away deep in their territory twice to maintain this 7-0 lead. 3rd and 4 from the 26-yard line. Eldridge with 3 wide receivers to his right. Looking for Hayes coming out of the backfield, and Hayes able to get the first down. Zane Carter did force him out of bounds, but Hayes needed 6, and he got 7. Couple of changes for the Falcons. In no particular hurry, under a minute to go. And an exciting first period, if not a little frustrating for Pirate fans, with a couple of turnovers. Eldridge, good protection, finds Hayes out of the backfield. He is swallowed up, but not before he picks up 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. Anthony Albanez, the first to get there, but Hayes with a couple of catches on this drive. And that leaves a 2nd and 4. They'll call it 6. And that will end the first period. So through 1, the Falcons with the 7-0 lead. You're watching Ventura College football on the VC Sports Network. bring you back live. And there you see pretty much the story of the first quarter. The Pirates had some moments moving the football, but a lot of Zedekiah Rodriguez-Brown. Hamilton with the stop, meanwhile, on the carry. A loss of a yard will leave a 1-yard gain will leave a 3rd and 3 for the Falcons. As Elliott not finding a whole lot of room. The Falcons, for their part, 2 of 2 on 3rd down early on here tonight, and they face a 3rd and 3. Pirate defense looking to get off the field. Eldridge, good protection again, guns it over the middle, finds Grossfeld right at the marker, reaching out. This will come down to the spot. It looks preliminarily like he got it. Now some late flags come in. And we'll watch here. This is all about. Boy, that's a heartbreaker. Yeah, this is going to go against the Pirates. So it looked like Grossfeld might have been about a foot short, but the personal foul will make that a non-factor. And let's watch at the end here. Yeah. Yeah, Nolan Forsha, yeah, just entirely too late getting there. And that's 15 yards you give away. That moves it to the Pirate 44. What'll be 1st and 10. The drive continues for the Falcons. Just the second penalty against the Pirates, but that's a costly one. Again, I'm not sure that Grossfeld had the first down. Meanwhile, Hayes hit in the backfield, able to spin out of one tackle, but he won't get away from the second. And that's Elijah Hamilton. And the Pirates also getting some players back here tonight. Elijah Hamilton, Khalil Reed, Lucian Babino, all transfers that will be eligible to play tonight, and that comes at a good time with Tyrus Maliatufa unavailable due to injury. So the Pirates get some reinforcements in that secondary, and there you see Hamilton with the good hit. A loss on the play of 3 yards leaves a 2nd down and 13. Eldridge has been very sharp, 10 of 10 so far. Flags are down on the carry. Hayes running left, a gain of maybe 3 yards, but figure this one to be backed up again. Let's see if it's a holding call. We'll get the call from referee Shane Smith. That's Elijah Savau. Falcons, 3 freshmen on that talented but inexperienced offensive line. Only Sebastian Lefeloe, Mamoli, and Adrian Ayala. And Ayala really the only one with any experience before this season. But it's a young offensive line. The holding call will back them up, 2nd and 23 from the 43. Eldridge trying to set up the screen and does to Elliott. Elliott looking for a lane. Out past the 50 to the 48. Brought down again by Hamilton. But Elliott able to get some of that yardage back, about 10 yards. Leaves a 3rd and a long 13, call it 14. Well, man, oh man, if you're the Pirate defense, you have got to find a way to get off the field. Falcons 3 of 3 on 3rd down here tonight, continuing the trend. Opposing offense is now 17 of 28 on 3rd down this season against the Pirate defense. See if they can come up with a stop here. Keep it at 7-0. Might be a free play. Eldridge hit as he throws, looking deep again over the middle, and a terrific catch. Going back to Laurer. Dylan Lauer brought down at the 14-yard line. And this is another jump ball, and Lauer wins it. On a 3rd and 14, the Falcons going to take a timeout. We'll take one more chance to look at it from another angle. And again, the coverage is pretty good, but Lauer with a terrific catch. going up high to get it, working against Khalil Reed. So Reed returning to the fold, but gets beat by Lauer, and we'll keep it here. Talk a little bit about Dylan Lauer. And Dean Grossfeld talking about Lauer as a physical presence, much improved here in his sophomore year. Generally an outstanding blocker from his receiver spot, but there goes up and comes up with a huge catch. We saw Bruner with a big catch, setting up that first touchdown, and now Lauer on a 3rd and 14 with another big catch. Meanwhile, Eldridge still perfect. 12 of 12 for 135 yards and a touchdown. That was a 28-yard, I should say a 29-yard completion to Lauer. And the Falcons have it at the 14. They will burn their first charged timeout. And the Pirates will have to regroup defensively. Falcons 4 of 4 on 3rd down. Trying to extend on the lead. They have it at the 14. Receivers left and right for Eldridge. Hayes in the pistol formation. Eldridge wants to throw into the end zone and picked off. Jalen Wesley. And now it's the Pirate defense that comes up with a big play. He was looking for Porch again, who momentarily appeared to be open. That's a great read by Wesley, coming off his man. Let's give you one more look. We'll take you down to field level and watch his Porch again, just for a moment. Appears to be open, but there is Wesley, flying in. Well, Dylan Eldridge has still not had a pass hit the ground. That is his first non-completion. As Daniel Duran hit and dropped for a sack. Flags are down. Duran going to make the throw and just runs out of time. Let's watch here off the edge. Blitz coming. Travis Perriman gets there for the sack, but the penalty against Cerritos will erase that and move it out to the 35. So now it's the Falcons hurting themselves with a penalty. First down carry for Thompson, stood up and driven back after a gain of 3. Good stick. Leroy Palu. Among the first to get there, looked like Anakin Ayapu as well. But give Thompson 3 yards. Leaves a 2nd and 7. Well, the first thing Steve Bushagan talked about in this matchup was how good the defense is for the Falcons, and so far the Pirates still looking for points. Duran, after some trouble with the snap, manages to complete for the first down. Pacheco with the reception, and Duran, after some trouble, shows good poise and finds Pacheco. The 10-yard gain moves the chains. Before Henry has the tackle. Meanwhile, Thompson into the secondary and trips over his own feet at about the 24. Big run for Jalen Thompson. And a good job up front. We'll watch this one. As Thompson, that's great vision. And he finds a lane. Tried to cut it back, and boy, his own feet might have saved the touchdown for Cerritos, as it looked like he had some daylight. Meanwhile, open over the middle and another completion back to Pacheco. So Pacheco's reception takes it down to the 8-yard line, and the Pirates are in business. So the big run by Thompson, 29 yards, and the completion of Pacheco. Pirates want to move quickly, but meanwhile a timeout taken, and it looks like the Pirates actually took the timeout. Or no, is it going to be Cerritos? Yeah, Cerritos back on their heels, take the timeout before the snap. So when we return, the Pirates will have it first and goal from the Cerritos 8. They trail at 7-0 here on the VC Sports Network. And we come back live. First and goal from the Cerritos 7. Pirates looking for the tie. And Duran with a little help from that early penalty. That drive almost got off to a shaky start, but now the Pirates have responded. And they're on the doorstep. Duran on the read option, running right, got back to the line. Mateo Leona with the stop, second and goal. And this time they'll go back to the read option. Durant just tripped up, touchdown saving tackle. Yeah, reaching out to make the tackle. That was Caleb Newell Yandal. And Yandal just able to trip up Duran, and that saves the touchdown for the moment. It's third and goal. Now from the 3, offset I formation. Thompson in the deep I. And it's Thompson trying to bounce it back to his left, but he's brought down at the line by Leroy Palu. Good penetration by the Falcons, and not much happening for Thompson, who does a good job just to get back to the line. It's fourth and goal from the 3, and it looks like the Pirates are going to send on the field goal unit. That will be Ryan Pimentel, who's 2 of 3 on the young season. This will be a 20-yard attempt. It'll come from the left hash. Good snap, placement down. Pimentel's kick is good. And the Pirates get on the board with 7:59 remaining in the first half. And it's a 4-point game. Pirates get to the doorstep, but certainly one of the storylines in this first half, 3 trips into the red zone and 3 points to show for it for the Pirates. But they're down just 4. And Zedekiah Rodriguez-Brown, Gavin Porch, or I should say Tyler Henry, back deep. Kick away, taken at the 7. Now past the 20 and brought down at the 23. Henry on the return, 16 yards. And that's where the Falcons will go to work. Well, the Pirates have to feel pretty good right now. Couple of turnovers here in this first half. Dylan Eldridge, caution flammable in the first half, 12 of 13 for 135 yards, and yet you look up and you're only down 7-3. See if the Pirate defense can come up with a stop and give their offense a chance to creep even closer. Eldridge with the handoff on first down. Good hole, first down and more. Medina on the carry. Cheo Medina out to the 39-yard line. Immediately moves the chains, a 16-yard run. And for the Falcons, that really the first time that they've been able to get much of anything going on the ground. Now just 21 yards rushing after the Mounties really piled on the rushing yardage, going over 300 yards in the win last week. Medina gets another carry, picks up a couple. 2nd and 8. Wesley knocks him out of bounds. Midway through the second. Busy night on SoCal College Sports. 4 games. Of course, you can find all our games at our website, www.socalcollegesports.com, or on our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1 on YouTube. Busy night in the 3C2A. Hayes dancing in the backfield and swallowed up for a loss of a yard. James Gillespie, the bounce back from New Mexico, first to get there. And that brings up a 3rd and 9 and a familiar refrain. The Pirates have done a good job again on 1st and 2nd down. But can they get the stop? Grossfeld, the leading receiver, to the top of your screen for Cerritos. Play action, looking in the direction of Grossfeld, and he's got the catch for the first down. Well, Eldridge really zones in on his favorite target, Chase Grossfeld, the son of head coach Dean Grossfeld, and predictably, Coach Dean Grossfeld, effusive in his praise of Chase Grossfeld, but talking about the hard work, but says his son is a legit D1 talent, big, physical, hard worker, runs great routes, great hands, and we've seen a lot of that here early in this first half. Couple of catches for Grossfeld. That one a big one on 3rd down to move the chains. Short completion. Wesley with the stop at the 39. A 6-yard pickup leaves a 2nd and 4. That ball completed to Lil Jason Font. And a manageable 2nd and 4. Cheo Medina back in the backfield. 4 wide receivers for the Falcons on this 2nd and 4 play. Blitz coming. Good protection. Eldridge throws and completes. Finding Bruner. Bruner still on his feet, finally knocked out of bounds. But this is a lot about good work up front. Bruner with his 2nd catch. And watch here as the Pirates bring the pressure, but Eldridge gets good protection and gets the ball out quickly, finding Bruner, who had that sensational catch in the first quarter, to set up the first touchdown. Knocked out at the 28. A gain of 11 yards. And the Falcons on the move. Quick pitch. Medina running right. Has a lane. Lowers the shoulder. He's inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line. Good hard running from Cheo Medina. They'll spot it at the 18. But hold everything. Is there a flag down on the play? Looks like, yeah, there is, and this one's going to be backed up. So take the run for Medina off the board. And that's huge for the Pirates, who appeared to be reeling defensively after another big 3rd down conversion. Couple of more completions. The Falcons were decidedly on the move. But the holding penalty creates a 1st and 20 with under 4 minutes to go. Again, a very fast-moving first half. Hayes in the deep eye. Eldridge wants to throw, looking deep. Another jump ball. Grossfeld had his hands on it but can't make the catch. Well, that may be the first time tonight that a Falcon receiver has not come up with a great catch in traffic. As Grossfeld got the mitts on it, Jones had the coverage. Now it's 2nd and 20. 3:31 remaining in the first half. Eldridge now 15 of 17 for 167 yards. This after the scintillating performance from Alex Flores a week ago for Mount San Antonio College. Delayed handoff, Hayes. McKelligan able to wrap him up. That's a great job by McKelligan. If Hayes gets by McKelligan here, he's maybe going to pick up 15 or 20 more yards. Watch the open field behind McKelligan. That's a great job. And the Pirate defense, according to Steve Mushagian, really struggled a week ago. Of course, you don't need Coach Mushagian to weigh in on that, giving up the 65 points, but talked about the Pirates getting themselves in all kinds of trouble. And Steve Mushagian saying, we just need to tackle better. 3rd and long, completion. It's going to come down to the spot. Eldridge again finding Bruner over the middle. He appears to be shy of the first down by about a yard, and it'll be a decision for Dean Grossfeld. But yeah, the Pirate coach is looking at the film, and Steve Mushagian estimates a good 300 yards after contact for the Mounties a week ago. Talked about how the Pirates want to bounce back this week and said the first thing we have to do is tackle better. And it's hard to say so far. Haven't seen a lot of broken tackles. Really, it's been a lot about Dylan Eldridge making some great throws. Meanwhile, the Falcons are going to line up to go for it on 4th down. They're 2 of 7 on the season so far. Play action. That's a great fake. First down and more down inside the 5. What a great play fake. McNeil with the reception. Let's watch here very quickly. This is just a sensational fake. And the Pirates fooled, and Eldridge delivers to McNeil down to the 4-yard line. Wesley forces him out of bounds. But the Falcons with a massive 4th down pickup. They had struggled somewhat on 4th down this season. Just 2 of 7. But that's a great play call and great execution. Under 2 minutes to go. Elliott in the backfield. Receivers left and right. Play action again. Quick throw back to Porch at the goal line and in. Well, that's going to look awfully familiar. Pirates coming out with the ball. But Porch was already into the end zone. Jalen Thompson. I should say, pardon me, Elijah Hamilton with the ball, but too late. And this very nearly the same play call. Back to Porch, back to the outside. And with that little reach right there, working against Blizzard, Porch gets in for his 2nd touchdown. Okay, so they'll huddle up and make sure on the call, but Porch gets in again. And here we'll go down to field level, the other side. But watch again, as Porch right there reaches out with the ball and breaks the play before that ball pops out to give the Falcons the 13-3 lead. 2nd touchdown pass in the first half for Eldridge. 2nd touchdown reception for Gavin Porch. If that name sounds familiar. Porch, the son of the running backs coach at Cerritos, Lou Porch. So you got Chase Grossfeld, Gavin Porch, Caleb Newell-Yandel, all sons of coaches for this Falcon team here in 2023. And Porch has managed to find the end zone twice. 3 catches for just 10 yards, but 2 of them for touchdowns. And Eldridge has done a great job of spreading it around. 9 different receivers with a catch here in the first half. And Pirates now down 14-3. 1:52 remaining. They do have all 3 timeouts. And there you see Petriescu has it teed up. And a short kick as they come across. The Pirates going to come away with very good field position. Plenty of time on the clock and 3 timeouts, and they'll start from midfield. So I don't know if that's exactly how you draw it up if you're Cerritos, but they certainly give the Pirates a terrific opportunity. So Rodriguez with the stop, and the Pirates will start from midfield. And Duran will continue. They'll overload the near side. Will the Pirates? Duran just 2 of 2, 26 yards. Coming on for Irvin, who started. Blitz coming. Duran throwing deep and completes. Finds Aragon. Man. And stay with this one. And Duran, with a man in his face, takes a huge hit. That looked to me like Mattaleona coming on the blitz. Meanwhile, back live, Duran dumps it short, finds James. James down to the 18 as we come back live. That's a gain of 5. You know, through the first 2 weeks, the Pirate quarterbacks done a good job of finding backs out of the backfield. Thompson and James have combined for 11 catches over the first 2 weeks, but for just 42 yards. Delayed handoff for James. Slips out of a tackle, spins out of another tackle, down to the goal line and in. Lamont James just that quickly. What a sensational effort for Lamont James before we'll take a couple of looks. Man, oh man. The returning sophomore. And that's how you get it done quickly. Watch James on the draw. Breaks 1 tackle, spins out of another. And then able to get into the end zone. 18-yard touchdown run. Extra point for Pimentel, up and good. Let's watch one more time from field level of the work by Lamont James. Breaks 1, spins out of another, and able to get to the end zone. Incidentally, that was Cavante Henry coming in. And Henry, a defensive lineman getting all the way downfield. He's a bounce back from the University of Oklahoma. And he is a player and the Falcon coaches are very excited about. A spectacular talent. You see there some of the natural athleticism chasing Lamont James, of all people, 18 yards downfield, and eventually did wrap him up before James gets in. But all for naught on the play as the Pirates in, I believe, 39 seconds, if memory serves, go 50 yards, 3 plays. Starts with a tremendous throw. Duran to Aragon under tremendous pressure. And you wrap it up with a tremendous effort by Lamont James. They spring James into the secondary, and he does the rest. Well, for the Falcons now, 72 seconds and a timeout. They've got enough time in the way that Eldridge has been able to throw the ball. You got to believe that the Falcons are going to try to answer back late in the first half. Duran, by the way, now perfect, 4 for 4 for 58 yards. Really, with the exception of the turnovers in the first half, 2 for the Pirates, 1 for Cerritos, the offenses have dominated the action. Both teams have moved the ball pretty much every time they've had it. Only turnovers have really stopped drives here in this first half. Rodriguez-Brown on the return out to the 27. And the Falcons will have a minute 5 with 1 timeout. They'll come back with Michael Hayes in the backfield. Eldridge has Bruner to his right, Porch and Grossfeld to his left. Good hole for Hayes. Hayes into the secondary and out to the 46-yard line. Brought down by Benjamin Hall, or I should say, brought down by Zane Carter. And watch here, this is a good job up front. Nolan Molina, Sebastian Mamole. And a deep throw down the far side looking for Grossfeld, and it's incomplete. Bring up a 2nd down and 10. Still 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They'll spot it at the Cerritos 46. Keep an eye on Bruner to the bottom of your screen. He is the speedster for the Falcons. They'll go back to Hayes. And Hayes into Pirate territory at the 49. It's a 5-yard run, but the Pirates will take that. Avila and Forsha combining on the stop. Meanwhile, the clock continues to move down to 23 seconds. Again, the Falcons still have 1 timeout facing a 3rd and 5. And they'll go back to Hayes. Hayes hit at the line and driven back. Good answer for the Pirate defense. Garcia with the stop, and the Falcons are going to take their final timeout. Let's watch down at field level. And it's Avila who gets the penetration, and then Garcia who finishes off the play. So 9 seconds remaining, and it's the Pirates who took a timeout, not the Falcons. So the Pirates take their first charge timeout. This will make the Falcons have to actually kick it away. And that'll bring on Aiden Petriescu. Petriescu averaging just under 40 yards a kick. The Pirates do have a blocked punt this season that went for a touchdown. That was back in week 1 at Saddleback. Coming after it, but they don't get there. Petriescu gets it away. Fair catch signaled for and made at the 13-yard line. 37-yard kick. And 3 seconds, and I got to believe even Steve Mushagian is not really going to do anything here. But we'll see. You never know, but it looks like the Pirates are going to come out and be content to go ahead and take a kneel and head to the locker room. Not too many plays for one play, 86 yards. And indeed, that will do it for the first half. Halftime from the VC Sportsplex. Cerritos on top of Ventura, 14-10. You're watching Pirate football on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the VC Sports Network. start of the second half. And the pressure will ramp up on the Pirate defense as the Falcons will have it first, leading it 14-10. Late touchdown, the Lamont James run late in the second quarter, pulling the Pirates back within 4. James finished the first half with 50 yards on the ground on 9 carries and a touchdown. Irvin and Duran combined 11 of 16, 153 yards, no touchdowns, a couple of interceptions, those thrown by Chris Irvin. Certainly a storyline in this first half as well. We're underway, start of the third quarter. Rodriguez Brown with a little trouble coming up with it, and he is hit and brought down at the 11-yard line. A short return and a long field for the Falcons. There is a flag down on the play. They'll spot it at the 12. It's a holding call against Cerritos. And so this will back them up even further. They'll start at the 6th. That's the 6th penalty against the Falcons for 60 yards in the game so far. The Pirates just 2 penalties for 25 yards. So they've done a good job not hurting themselves with penalties so far. But they still trail it 14-10, thanks in large part to Dylan Eldridge. 18 of 21, 201 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception in the first half. They'll start from the 6. They keep it on the ground on first down. Elliott finds good running room out to the 13. That's a 7-yard run. Leaves a second down and 3. So Elliott averaging just under 3 yards a carry on the season so far, shouldering a lot of the load with Michael Hayes out with injury. 4 carries tonight now for 13 yards after the 7-yard run. Elliott able to evade a tackler in the backfield and has the first down. This is a good job by Joaquin Elliott, narrowly avoiding the loss on the play. And let's watch here. And there you see the move in the backfield that averts the loss and picks up the first down. So the Falcons able to get out from the shadow of their own goalpost with a couple of runs by Joaquin Elliott, and they have a 1st and 10 from the 20. Offset I formation. Eldridge, play action. Deep drop, hit as he throws, guns to far side. Looking for Grossfeld, and it's incomplete. So looking for Chase Grossfeld, battling Jalen Blizzard over there on the far side. 2nd down and 10. And here comes Gavin Porch, who had a couple of touchdown receptions in the first half, albeit just 10 yards receiving, but he made them count. Porch, another interesting story. Coming to the program a little bit late here in the fall as he plays baseball at Cerritos, so not able to participate in spring ball, and instead joins the team late, but he's picked it up. Flags are down on the run by Hayes. Expect this one to come back as the Falcons facing a 2nd and 10, and that's going to get a little bit longer, you would believe. Let's see what the call is. Early third quarter, and we will check some scores from around the SCFA here in the second half. So it's a holding call against Lauer. We talked earlier about the great blocking that Lauer brings in that slot position. At that time, gets a little too much jersey, and it'll be 2nd and 17. They'll mark it from the spot of the foul, and they'll send Porch and Lauer out to the right. Chavez in motion. 2nd and 17 for the Falcons. Quick pitch to Hayes. Hayes swallowed up in the backfield. A big loss. Larry Avila almost got there with the ball. Let's watch again. It's a 7-yard loss on the play. Wow. And now it's 3rd and 24. Tough going for Hayes. Let's see if we have that one more time, and this will give you a look from down at field level, and no chance for Hayes as Avila takes a great angle and gets by Nolan Molina. Meanwhile, back lie, Porch has that one bounce up in the air, and it falls incomplete. And that was almost complete and utter disaster for the Falcons, and instead they will be able to simply punt it away. As it is, the Pirates figure to come out with very good field position. That is exactly what you're looking for with the Falcons having it first if you're a Pirate fan. Here in the 3rd quarter, the Pirate defense comes out. They do give up 1 first down, but get a little help from the penalty. Great play from Avila to blow up another play. Meanwhile, was this one touched? It looks like the Pirates fell on it. So the Falcons do a pretty good job of at least flipping the field somewhat. The Pirates still take over with excellent field position at the 49-yard line. And they trail it by 4 here in the early going 3rd quarter. And let's see if it's more Duran or if we see Chris Irvin again, and it looks like Duran's going to come out again with Jalen Thompson. Thompson had 38 yards on the ground, a big 29-yard run in that first half. Helps setting up the field goal that got the Pirates on the board. Thompson gets the carry, running right. A gain of a couple into Falcon territory. Leroy Palu with the stop. 2-yard run leaves a 2nd and 8. Talked about Cavante Henry for Cerritos. But Dean Grossfeld talking in just as glowing terms about Leroy Palu and saying that he is just a spectacular talent on that defensive line as well. An explosive athlete. And they feel very good about the defense that they have at Cerritos College here in 2023. 3rd and 3 for the Pirates from the Cerritos 44. Duran, 4-man rush. Has time, still looking. Now going deep, had a man, but overshot him. Hard to say. Henderson was in the area, had another receiver deep as well. And Durant ended up throwing it kind of in between Henderson and Glenn. But either way, the pass off the mark, and the Pirates go 3 and out after they had very good field position to start that drive. Zane Carter back in punt formation, and Carter sends it down inside the 20. Fair catch made at the 17-yard line. Eliza Davis bringing it in, and the Falcons will start from the 17. So the teams trade scoreless drives to start the 3rd quarter. And again, the Pirate defense, we'll see if they can get the ball back. And there you see Benjamin Hall and this Pirate defense that, well, certainly last week and early on this week, you'd have to describe them as at least somewhat maligned, if not much maligned. They were really struggling, but as this game has worn on, give the Pirate defense a lot of credit. They have gotten better against this Falcon offense and managed to keep the Pirates in this one, trailing by 4. First down carry for a gain of a couple. It was Hayes on the carry, and now Cheo Medina, who's probably been the most effective back in limited use, granted. Couple of carries for 17 yards. But this is a great answer for the Pirate front 6, certainly, as the Falcons have just 60 yards on the ground here in the 3rd quarter. Eldridge out to Grossfeld to the 24. Wesley there quickly to leave a 3rd and 3. Falcons 5 of 8 on 3rd down here tonight. And they face a 3rd and 3. They'll send Bruner and Lauer to the left. Grossfeld, Solo right. Snap to Eldridge. Play action. Eldridge, good pocket. Throws over the middle. Completes in traffic to Lauer. Wesley with the stop. And once again, give Dylan Eldridge a lot of credit. This is fairly tight coverage. A lot of black jerseys surrounding Dylan Lauer. And Eldridge threads it in. Lauer out to the 35, moves the chains. Another 3rd down conversion for the Falcons. Receivers left and right. 1st and 10. Eldridge wants to throw again, has good protection. Going deep, looking for Bruner, but only black jerseys back there, and an interception for the Pirates. That's Messiah Jones, and Jones still on his feet on the return. Into Falcon territory, the Pirate defense forces another turnover. Well, you see Jones at the tail end, and let's watch the return. This is just well diagnosed by the Pirates, who had a couple of defenders back on Bruner, and they were not fooled. And Jones able to get back to the Falcon 29. Meanwhile, there is a flag on the return. So the Pirate field position, which was outstanding, is still very good, but they will back up some, or will they? Shane Smith and his team still sorting it out.
Against Ventura. The result of the play stands, but then we mark a 15-yard penalty against Ventura. It will be first and 10 Ventura.
So the interception by Jones takes it back to the Cerritos 30, but the personal foul will back it up to the Cerritos 45. Nonetheless, a short field and a real chance for the Pirates again. They will overload the near side. 1st and 10 from the Cerritos 45. Duran flanked by Lamont James. He's got Aragon Solo to the right. James over his right guard. And down to the 46-yard line. He was following Jashawn Taylor. Anthony Garcia. Anthony Garcia, along with Gabe Rivera, sharing time at that center position. A good push for 4 yards to the 41, 2nd and 4. Durant under pressure. Wants to dump it to James, but it's incomplete. The blitz for the Falcons getting there. Caleb Newell, Yandel coming off the edge, and Duran just has to get rid of it, and the Pirates quickly face a big 3rd and 6 from the Cerritos 41. And is this possible 4-down territory for the Pirates, who have a real shot to get themselves even closer or maybe even grab the lead? Duran pop flies the far side, and it's incomplete. Looking for Aragon, but Aragon continuing to work against Zedekiah Rodriguez-Brown. And boy, I'll tell you, Zedekiah Rodriguez-Brown has been terrific tonight. And not just the 2 interceptions. Certainly you can point to that, but he's had terrific coverage, and there hasn't been much going on with one of the favorite targets of both Irvin and Duran, Eli Aragon, who does have 3 catches in the game. But nonetheless, Rodriguez-Brown has made him work for it. Carter, line drive kick to the near side, out of bounds inside the 20. This will be spotted at the 18. So again, the Falcons face a long field. 8:30 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Pirates trying to turn the field position advantage into points here in the third quarter. They have had it since the very outset, starting with the short return for the second half kickoff, combined with the penalty. But they have found the going against this Falcon defense extremely tough in the third quarter. Hayes sweeping to the far side. McKelligan able to stand him up. 4-yard run will leave a 2nd and 6. So they'll call it 3, and 2nd and a long 6. Dual setbacks. Delayed handoff and a good hole for Hayes, who makes a move at the 30. Knocked out from behind. This ball is loose, and the Pirates fall on it. Wesley with the recovery at the Pirate 47. And the Pirate defense starting to resemble a little more of that of old, being very opportunistic and making big plays. That one knocked out from behind. Hayes coughs it up, and another short field for the Pirates. Let's take one more look and see if we can see who did knock this out. It was a good hole initially. And there from behind. Yeah, couldn't quite get the number. Yep, we got it. And that was Lucien Babino, who is one of the transfers who is available for the first time this season this week. And Babino with a big play. Steve Bushagian mentioned he and Reed, Elijah Hamilton, all coming into the fold. And a big play by Babino, knocking that ball out. And the Pirates go to work. Duran trying to set up the screen. Well, they had a good play call. 2nd down and 10. As Duran was under pressure, but just couldn't find a way to get it to Thompson. 2nd and 10 from the 49. My memory is right. The Pirates don't have a first down here in this third quarter. They have had the ball 3 times now in good field position. Duran over the middle, a little bit behind his intended target, and incomplete. He was looking for the tight end, Cody Hoffman. And quickly now, it's 3rd and 10 from the 49. Well, this starts to be a little deflating if you're on that Pirate sideline. Down 4. And they've had some opportunities. Durant stepping up under pressure and overshoots his target once again. He was going back to Hoffman, who was well covered. And it's 4th down, and we're going to see Zane Carter again from midfield. Eliza Davis will await the kick. We're midway through the third quarter. Falcons with a 14-10 lead. Well, the weather report that we had at the start of the game was that the wind was 8 miles an hour, but expected to pick up. Maybe be as much as 10 or 15 miles an hour. And certainly Dylan Eldridge has had little problem throwing the football, but we're not down on the field, and you start to wonder with a couple of errant throws from Duran if the conditions aren't starting to be somewhat of a factor with a wind advisory expected here in Ventura. Nonetheless, another 3 and out, but a good kick by Carter leaves the Falcons at their own 14. Can the Pirate defense get off the field again? And for Falcon fans, this must start to look a little bit like the game they had a week ago. It was a 14-10 game in the third quarter, and that's how it ended, as neither team could find a way to put any more points on the board. In the entirety of the fourth quarter, Medina on the carry out to the 19, 5-yard run, leaves a 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground, and Medina wrapped up in the backfield. Poyaina, and we haven't had much chance to talk about Poyaina tonight, but watch here as he will come off the edge. And he is right there waiting for Medina. A loss on the play of 4 yards leaves a 3rd and 9. And a massive 3rd down for the Falcons, who are 6 of 9. Crowd getting into it. Eldridge trying to set up the screen, and it's incomplete. This well diagnosed right there. Boy Slade had that pretty well sniffed out from his defensive end spot. And he got a hand in there. And a great set for that Pirate defense. They forced the immediate 3 and out. Aina with the big play on a 2nd and 5. Blowing up the run attempt from Medina. And the Pirates figure to get good field position again. Petrescu gets it away. Short kick, and it takes a Pirate bounce. And indeed, the Pirates will have it at their own 44-yard line. They'll spot it at the 45. That's a 30-yard kick. No return. And yet another short field for the Pirates. And here comes the Pirate offense. From the Cerritos 45. 3 wide receivers to the left. Good time for Duran off the hands of Glenn. Started to make a move. And dropped it. Quinn Potts in the area. Meanwhile, a holding call against Ventura. And this will cost him 10 yards. So back to their own 45, where it'll be 1st and 20. Duran over the middle. Fingertip grab by Aragon. That gets a lot of it back. And this is one of the rare times here in this 3rd quarter where Duran's had a good pocket. And had a good throw in rhythm to Aragon at the Cerritos 40. That's a gain of 15. They have it at 3rd and 5, but shouldn't it be 2nd and 5? Meanwhile, the run attempt, it is 2nd and 5. So we'll try to get the scoreboard updated. James on the carry. Initially looks like he got a pretty good spot, and he did. They're going to give him 5 yards. That's a 1st down for the Pirates. Their first 1st down in the 3rd quarter. They have it at the Cerritos 35. Fresh set of downs. Receivers left and right. Duran with the snap. James trying to bounce it to his left. Hit by Potts and falls forward for a gain of 5, but another flag down, and this coming where you would expect it to be holding. Shane Smith will have the call.
Personal foul. Number 57, hand in the face against the defense. That's a 15-yard penalty from the
This is going to go against Cerritos. Leroy Palu. Hands to the face, a personal foul. 15 yards tacked onto the 5-yard run by James. Takes it all the way down to the Falcons 16. Pirates back in the red zone, which has been something of a house of horrors for them tonight. But with a chance to perhaps take the lead. If they can find pay dirt here. Duran guns the near side, finds Glenn. Henry quickly there. Wrapping him up at the 13. 3-yard gain. Brings up a 2nd down and 7. James remains in the backfield. The Pirates want to move quickly. The Falcons are struggling on defense to get set. James breaks a tackle at the line. Flags are down. He breaks another tackle, and he's forced out by Ayapu at the 4-yard line. So initially, that's enough for the 1st down, but let's see what the flag is. The Falcons were all over the place trying to get set. Yeah, it's a substitution penalty against the Falcons, but they will decline it and take the run by James down to the 4-yard line. So the hurry-up works. There you see Durant flanked by James. Bunch formation, first and goal from the 4. Henderson in motion. Durant looking in that direction. Gonna run, but wrapped up. A gain of maybe a yard. Meanwhile, we have a Falcon player down. And that was Tavita Toliselli, one of the captains for the Falcons. And they will take a look at him, and we will step aside. Brief injury timeout, 4:09 remaining in the third quarter. Cerritos with the 4-point lead, but the Pirates knocking on the door. And Toliselli able to get up and move to the sideline on his own power. Second down and goal from the 3 for the Pirates. They have Glenn solo to the left, but they'll keep it with James. Cuts back to his right, tries to lower the shoulder. Second effort from James, and he's in! Lamont James, second time tonight. And the Pirates grab the lead. And watch here. You'll see it from field level as James just will not give up on this play. It's congratulations there from his right tackle, Jacob Lemus. And let's watch one more as they bring on the extra point. Again, from field level. And that is a good stick at the 2-yard line. But how about Lamont James? Extra point from Pimentel is good. 5'9", 200 pounds. Lamont James would not be denied. And the Pirates, with 4:03 remaining in the third quarter, have come from 11 points down. And they lead it 17-14. And now, can the Pirate defense protect a lead? It'll be Bruner and Henry back deep. And Bruner does have that great speed. Not seeing Zedekiah Rodriguez-Brown. And the Pirates have it teed up. And we'll see who kicks it. That's Pimentel, who's got it on the tee. Pimentel sends it end over end to the 9, where it'll be Bruner. Bruner angling to his left. He's out past the 20, looking for the sideline. Out past the 30 and out at the 30. So a 21-yard return from Bruner. Hamilton forced him out of bounds. All right, Hamilton. So 1st and 10 for the Falcons, who for the first time tonight, with 3:56 remaining in the third quarter, find themselves looking up on the scoreboard, trailing at 17-14. Eldridge with 4 receivers. Looking for Porch on the screen, and Porch is hit and dropped for a loss. Again, the Pirate defense flying to the ball. And it was Reed getting there very quickly. You see Reed almost able to jump this ball and maybe get what would have almost assuredly been a pick six. But thinks better of it, gets back to Porch, and stops him for a 5-yard loss on the completion. So great play by Reed. Leaves a 2nd and 15. Medina weaving his way. And he's out past the 35, but the ball comes out and it looks like the Pirates have it. This was a late fumble. And hold everything as Wesley comes away with the ball again. But we're going to wait and see if he was down by contact. So Medina down by contact. And I don't know. We will look at that from one more angle and see if maybe we have it. Let's watch one more time. That is a massive break for the Falcons. Don't know if we'll have it from this angle. And it's just hard to tell in that sea of bodies, but the call is that Medina was down by contact. A little trouble on the snap, but they managed to get it to Hayes, and Hayes has the first down. Well, boy, oh boy, remember that moment as the Pirates nearly forced their 3rd turnover of the 3rd quarter, but instead Medina leaves a 3rd and 1, and then Hayes, after a little trouble on the snap again, good job by Eldridge. Eldridge, incidentally, 3 of 7 in the second half for just 11 yards. So the Pirates doing a good job against the run, but they made a great adjustment against the Falcon passing game. Quick throw finds Porch. Porch tries to cut it back, but he's dropped at the Pirate 49. Gain of 5 leaves a 2nd and 5. Jalen Blizzard with the tackle. They'll spot it at midfield where it will be 2nd and 6. They send Lauer and Porch to the right. Again, Grossfeld solo to the left. Offset I formation. Hayes on the carry. Good push by that Falcon front 5. And Hayes has enough for the first down. See if we have this one here, but watch the push up front. Sebastian Mamoli, Elijah Savao, Nolan Molina, Alfonso Leomete, Adrian Ayala. And Hayes is 5 yards downfield before anybody gets a hand on him. So 1st and 10 from the Pirate 43, winding down to a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. And play clock winding down, and it's a delay of game against the Falcons, and that cannot be what Dean Grossfeld wants to see on that Cerritos sideline. Maybe for the first time in quite a while, his offense appeared to have the Pirate defense backpedaling somewhat. They're moving the football, and instead they surrender 5 yards. It's 1st and 15, and the Pirates get set. Eldridge guns, completes to Grossfeld. Grossfeld to the 35, brought down by a swarm of Pirate tacklers. Albania is the first to get there. The completion to Grossfeld gets it to the 35, so 1st and 15 becomes 2nd and 2. Meanwhile, for Grossfeld, his 5th catch tonight. Grossfeld, just a couple of catches last week, nursing a hamstring injury, but 8 catches in a Week 1 win against Antelope Valley. Medina hit behind the line and ridden down. A loss on the play. Benjamin Hall leading the Pirate charge. They'll give Medina the 43, which is a loss of 3 yards. And that will leave a 3rd and 5 when we come back to start the 4th quarter. Ventura on top of Cerritos, 17-14. It's Pirate football on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the VC Sports Network. Bring you back live, and there you see that big call late in the third quarter as we're getting ready to come back live. 3rd and 5 for the Falcons. And indeed, start of the fourth quarter. Eldridge looking to throw, and it's incomplete, but a flag comes in. Boy, oh boy, Wesley on the coverage. That is tough. But the flag came in right away. He was looking for Isaiah Blair. First target tonight for Blair. And apologies, I thought we had that on replay, but missed it. But it's a big call, and Wesley got a hand in to break it up, but the pass interference call keeps the drive alive. That's a pickup again on 3rd down, this time via the penalty. Just the 4th penalty tonight against the Pirates. But that one is at an especially bad time. Porch in motion. Eldridge looking for Porch. Rainbows the far side. Porch goes up and got it! Touchdown, Falcons! And now a late flag comes in. I suspect this is after the play. But the Falcons, for the moment, are back on top, and we will have a couple of looks at that play. Let's watch, and let's go back and yeah, so the personal foul call, unsportsmanlike conduct, is going to be out, or I should say after the play. And that is one more look at it. And come back live as the Falcons will try to tack on the extra point. Just the second play of the fourth quarter after the big pass interference call. And they find Porch. By the way, 3rd touchdown reception tonight for Gavin Porch. Extra point is up and good. Let's give you one more look and see if we have this one. And you'll watch Porch come down here in motion. And it looks like the Pirates never really adjust. And it's a late break getting back on that. We're going to take one more look at that one from up top, where it's a little better look. They're working on Keir Stewart. And let's watch one more time as the Falcons have grabbed the lead. And watch Stewart at the top of the screen, and I think there might have been some miscommunication here about what to do with Porch. And maybe Stewart is thinking he's got a little more help in back of him, because he gets a late break on that ball. And give Porch a lot of credit, as Stewart was retreating quickly and even got a hand in there, but Porch went up and secured that football. And the Falcons answer back as Eldridge finds Porch on a 30-yard touchdown pass, 14:48 remaining in the ball game. And the Pirates are going to have to answer back. They're back down 4, 21-17. Of course, these two teams have a fairly lengthy history. They haven't met since 2019. The last win was a win by Cerritos up here at the Sportsplex in 2019. Meanwhile, that ball comes out. Big play for the Falcons now on special teams. And that one is stripped and recovered, I believe, by Ronald Tebow. An unquestioned leader on this defense from his linebacker spot. But he's out there on special teams. And we're going to watch this one. And we're going to have this one from the top. And indeed, that is the call. This is a fumble, and it's a good call. It's Blizzard on the return, and he stood up, but there's Tebow. And that's just a really heady play by Ronald Tebow. Knows that Blizzard is pretty well wrapped up, and he takes the opportunity rather than finishing off the tackle. He's going to go in there and try to get that football, and that's exactly what he does. Huge turnover, and the Falcons now on the doorstep looking to make it a 2-score game. They go to Hayes. Hayes looking for the pylon. Flags are down. Coming in from everywhere. Hayes is out at the 1-yard line. 3-yard run. Leaves a 2nd down and goal, but let's wait and see what the call is. So it's a 10-yard penalty on the holding call. And, of course, limiting the Falcons to a field goal here is obviously significant, as it would keep it a 1-score game at 24-17. And unlike some games we've seen here at the VC Sportsplex over the years, they're not exactly lighting up the scoreboard. So 1 score can certainly be significant for the Pirates. You don't want to get down 11. Put yourself in a situation where you got to come up with a couple of scores against this Falcon defense. Dual setbacks from the 15, 1st and goal. Eldridge hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Bruner. 2nd down and goal from the Pirate 15. Well, the Pirate defense has come up big in this second half. Got beat for a touchdown on the previous drive, but they have been outstanding here in this second half, and they have a very tough assignment here as the special teams miscue gives the Falcons the football deep in Pirate territory. 2nd and goal. There you see the play clock down to 7. Plenty of time for Eldridge as he sends Bruner in motion. Looking left. Finds Bruner in the flat, able to break a tackle at the 12. McKelligan does drag him down at the 10-yard line. And I'll tell you, Bruner out of Long Beach Wilson High School, 6'2", 207. And again, at least according to Dean Grossfeld, a 40 speed of 4.3. So, a spectacular athlete. We've already seen him go up and make one great catch in traffic. Gets 5 yards there. It's 3rd and goal from the 10. Pirates looking for a stop. Complete at the 7 to Lauer. Lauer down to about the 1-yard line, brought down a yard shy. Benjamin Hall tripping him up. 4th and goal from the 1. And are the Falcons going to eschew the field goal? They are 1 of 1 on 4th down tonight. And I like this call from Dean Grossfeld. You're at the 1-yard line. This is a chance to make it a 2-score game, give your defense an 11-point cushion. Worst case scenario, they got to go 99 yards. They go to Hayes. Hayes, did that ball come out? The Pirates have it. What's the call? McKelligan came out. Let's see what the call is here. It looked like Hayes was close to getting in. They're going to say that he is down, and the Pirates have it. Let's watch one more time here. They go to Hayes over his left guard, and McKelligan, yeah, that's a clean strip by McKelligan. I think McKelligan got the football. Because I want to say that Hayes actually broke the plane. Let's see if we can slow it down just a little bit as the Pirates will come out and start from their own 1-yard line. And watch McKelligan here. As this is almost like you would see across the way at the Ventura gym, the basketball team, which we'll see next spring. That's a clean strip. Clean steal for McKelligan. And the Pirates have it. 4th down stop or via the fumble. Either way, they turn away the Falcons. And it stays a 4-point game. Completion to Aragon on the far side. Gets it out to the 5 where it'll be 2nd and 6. And for the Pirates, for at least a couple of first downs here. Trying to change the field position if nothing else. Open over the middle. Big gain for the Pirates. Out to the 40, 45, 50. Into Falcon territory. It's a foot race. Slips a tackle at the 20. All the way for a touchdown. Eli Aragon. Well, I said before that I thought that he was having something of a quiet game. And let's watch one more time. And this is, well, there you see a little bit of a push. And, yeah, Rodriguez-Brown is asking for a penalty there as down he went, Aragon, on that contact. But this is a great individual effort. And how about the speed from local boy Eli Aragon? 95 yards. And we'll get this one from field level one more time. But watch. See, there you see Rodriguez-Brown is down. And Aragon is open. And now it's a foot race as he gets out to midfield. But watch him outrun a couple of Falcon tacklers. Lavu giving chase along with Champ Rodriguez, but nobody is catching Eli Aragon. And with 12:08 remaining, the Pirates back out in front, 24-21. When we talked to Steve Mushagian about the matchup, gave us his thoughts on Cerritos, and finished it off with Cerritos and Ventura, always good battles. Indeed, going back to the last meeting between these two teams, that was a 7-point win, 46-39 for Cerritos here in Ventura. Another back-and-forth affair, and the Falcons holding on in that one and this one. Very much in keeping with the series. 3-point game. One more time. And let's watch. Again, watch the top of your screen and the push there that came at about the 10-yard line on Zedekiah Rodriguez-Brown. No call coming. And then Aragon in the open field makes the catch and then outruns the Falcon defense. Back live, and now the Falcons, who answered quickly last time. Flags come in on the return out to the 33 by Rodriguez-Brown. Holding call against Cerritos on the return. So that will back the Falcons up. They'll start from their own 20. Mentioned again last time they were down. The Falcons did answer quickly. They'll have to go 80 yards here. 12:03 remaining in the ball game. Eldridge on with Joaquin Elliott in the backfield. And 3 wide receivers. Quick throw from Eldridge. Complete to the 27. Gain of 7 yards. Finding Lauer. Isaiah Garcia with the tackle. Leaves a 2nd down and a long 2 from the 28. Cheo Medina in the backfield. Tries to sidestep a tackler. might have gotten a yard to leave it on a 3rd down and 1 for Cerritos. Good penetration once again by this Pirate front 6 that has done a better and better job against this Falcon offensive line as this one is worn on. 3rd and short. Medina remains in the backfield. Pirates with 8 on the line of scrimmage, and they go to Medina. Medina hit behind the line. Second effort as he spins forward. This will come down to the spot. That's a terrific job by Lucien Babino. But Babino cannot hold Medina, who, with second effort, needed a yard and got a yard and a couple of inches to get to the 30. And give Medina a lot of credit because Babino hit him behind the line. But the yards after contact give the Falcons a 1st down. Eldridge rainbows the near side and finds Grossfeld. Grossfeld into Pirate territory. It's another good throw by Eldridge. Let's watch here one more time as Eldridge has Grossfeld going one-on-one on Blizzard. At the 45, but they're going to say, yeah, that Grossfeld didn't secure it before going out of bounds. Let's see if we have one more time, maybe down from field level. I don't know if we're going to have this here, but we'll see. And apologies, we'll let that run out. Let's bring it back live. Meanwhile, a delay of game, and let's go one more time. And watch Grossfeld, not going to be able to see there, blocked by the official, but the ruling, Grossfeld did not have control of that football. Meanwhile, another delay of game, second in the second half on the Falcons, makes it 2nd and 15 from the 25. Quick throw to Lauer. Lauer tries to stiff arm a man, but he's ridden down at the 28. Cale Reed limiting Lauer to about 4 yards. And it leaves a 3rd and 11. And it bears repeating that the Falcons 9 of 14 on 3rd down tonight. This is where the Pirate defense has struggled. Can they get off the field here protecting this 3-point lead? Eldridge, good protection, throws over the middle and completes once again. 1st down and more into Pirate territory. He finds Lauer. Well, this is great protection. And another good throw from Dylan Eldridge. Let's watch one more time. 4-man rush as the Pirates drop into coverage. And speaking of dropping it in, that is exactly what Eldridge is able to do. Gets it over the outstretched arms of Anthony Albanez and drops it into Lauer. All the way to the Pirate 25-yard line. Lauer now over 100 yards on 7 catches. Quick pitch to Porch, able to sidestep one tackler. He's down to the 19. Tripped up again by Cale Reed. That's 6 yards for Porch. It leaves a 2nd and 4. 8:40 and counting remaining in the ball game. A 3 to tie. A touchdown would give the Falcons the lead. Bunch formation on 2nd and 4. Medina in the backfield. Eldridge wants to throw. Goes over the middle, completes to Porch. Porch struggles forward to the 13, very close to a 1st down, and he's got it. 6 yards. Again, Cale Reed starting to be all over the place on this drive. Another tackle. But the Falcons with a 1st down. They have it 1st and 10 at the 13. Medina solo in the backfield. Eldridge looking left, throws into the end zone, and has the touchdown. Going back to Bruner. Michael Bruner's 5th catch of the night is good for 13 yards and a touchdown. 4th touchdown pass for Eldridge. As Eldridge Eldridge looking for Bruner, working one-on-one. And once again, the Falcons able to answer back. The extra point by Guerra gives the Falcons a 28-24 lead, 7:47 remaining in the ball game. You're watching Ventura College football on the VC Sports Network. Another potentially incredibly important statistic. Time of possession with the Falcons more than doubling that of the Pirates. 35 minutes and 13 seconds for the Falcons, just 17 minutes time of possession for the Pirates in this one. And that perhaps becomes relevant if we consider the possibility that the Pirate defense is starting to get a little worn down, as they were unable to come up with a stop on that lengthy Cerritos drive that started back at their own 20-yard line. Smith with the stop on the return. And we do have a player down, so we'll take a brief injury timeout. Pirates trailing by 4 here on the VC Sports Network. Pirates will have it 1st and 10. 7:42 remaining. They trail it by 4. First down carry for Thompson. Had some running room near the first down marker. Brought down by E.J. Smith. Flags are down once again as they move the chains. Thompson out past the 30 to the 33-yard line. But we'll huddle up and see what the call is. Again, our referee, Shane Smith. Personal foul. It's going to go against Cerritos, and it's going to go on E.J. Smith on that tackle. 15 yards will take it all the way out to the 48. And just that quickly, the Pirates out near midfield. First and 10 from the 48. They'll send 3 wide receivers to the right. Blitz coming. Duran, quick throw, completes. But a modest gain finding Aragon. And that game-long battle against Zedekiah Rodriguez-Brown Well, if those two guys haven't found a measure of respect for each other by this point, I don't know what it takes. What a battle that's been. It's Rodriguez Brown with a couple of interceptions, locked up with Aragon all night. And Aragon, that 95-yard touchdown, he's well over 100 yards receiving on the night. Thompson with a good lane on the right side into Falcon territory at the 41. This a good push by the right side of that Ventura line, led by right tackle Jacob Lemus. And that was Mr. Bridges on the stop, another player returning from injury in that Falcon secondary. Palu with a big stop on Thompson, a loss of a yard on the play. So Bridges along with Roy Lavu, a couple of players returning to an already formidable Falcon secondary. So they'll call it a loss of 2 and a 2nd and 12 coming up. Bridges, incidentally, returning to the team after missing a couple of weeks after being involved in an auto accident, fairly serious auto accident. Unfortunately, he was not severely hurt in the auto accident, but a reminder as that ball is completed, Aragon, that life goes on. And, you lose players to injuries, certainly on the field as the Falcons have, and sometimes things happen, unfortunate accidents in life as well, and they lost Bridges for a couple of weeks with that accident. Big hole for Thompson! Thompson at the 10! He'll take it to the house! Jalen Thompson. Another big play for the Pirates, and with 5:33 remaining in the ball game, now the Falcons will have to answer back. And we'll give you a look from a couple of angles, and now it's the left side. Brown and Dixon, and that big hole. Off tackle on the left side. Let's take you back live for the important extra point for Pimentel to make this a 3-point game. Low snap, but they get it down. Up and good. 31-28. One more look. Again, Donald Dixon, the bounce back from New Mexico, working on Ronald Tebow, the linebacker, and that is a tough battle for Ronald Tebow, even with his formidable skills, to win against Dixon. And Dixon able to help create that big hole for Thompson. Thompson now up to 97 yards on the ground on just 11 carries. 3 rushing touchdowns for the Pirates tonight. 2 for Lamont James and 1 now for Thompson. 5:33 remaining. Pimentel will tee it up. And it's the Pirates back out in front, 31-28. Well, it was more of a defensive struggle in the first half, and certainly midway through the third quarter. But now both offenses starting to assert themselves in this fourth quarter. Who's going to score last? Tyler Henry on the return. Good field position for the Falcons. Out to the 35-yard line. Thompson with the stop. And that Pirate defense that has worked hard tonight, mentioned the time of possession, heavily in favor of Cerritos, and now they'll get it back after the Pirates score, but score quickly. And it's 31-28. Can the Pirates get another stop? Maybe seal a win here in week 3. Long way to go. Medina sweeping to the right, cuts it back. Good push. He is drilled after a gain of about 8 yards by Benjamin Hall. Nonetheless, A 9-yard gain on first down leaves a 2nd and 1. Hope you're enjoying 3C2A football here on SoCal College Sports and the VC Sports Network. And a reminder, we've got 4 games for you tonight on SoCal College Sports. So feel free to flip around. Well, don't leave this one. This is a good one. Long throw. Grossfeld open. He's got it at the 30. Grossfeld at the 15, 10, 5. Slips a tackle there. He's got the touchdown. Under a minute. And the Falcons answer back as Chase Grossfeld goes 56 yards for the touchdown. Well, it looked like the Pirates tried to dial up the pressure again. Well, they rushed 4. Now, they tried to drop off, but again, it's one-on-one, and Wesley, and again, it's hard to know. Feels like Wesley might have anticipated there was some help for him over the top. As you see, Babino and Zane Carter coming over, but not getting there in time. But let's watch one more time as the Falcons go back up, 4:42 remaining. And you see Wesley on Grossfeld at the bottom of your screen and kind of just lets him go. And Babino's right there, and Carter tries to get in there and at least avert the touchdown, but can't do it. And they're still talking back there, and again, Pirates lose arguably their quarterback back there in Tyrus Maliatufa, unavailable tonight with a shoulder injury, and they get 3 transfers back into the lineup tonight. And there's bound to be some miscommunication. In fact, when talking about last week in the loss to Mount Sac, getting ready for Cerritos this week, Steve Mushagan said this is a team that's going to have some growing pains. We've got a lot of new faces, a lot of players coming in, and we know this early season schedule is a real gauntlet. But we're expecting that after some growing pains that this team's going to come together and be formidable as this season goes on. And there's a pretty good example as Pacheco on the return is brought down shy of the 20. They'll spot it at the 15. So the Pirates will have a long way to go with 4:36 remaining. And they will need to answer back one more time in this back and forth fourth quarter. But certainly on the touchdown moments ago, there appeared to be a mix-up in that Pirate secondary that helped free Chase Grossfeld, who now has 6 catches for 96 yards and a touchdown. Dylan Eldridge now over 400 yards passing on the night, 412 yards, 5 touchdowns. The Pirates have plenty of time as James carries it to the 18. A 3-yard gain leaves a 2nd and 7. Clock moving, but with 3 timeouts and over 4 minutes, the Pirates got plenty of time here. Duran, that throw is short, looking for Henderson. And that leaves a 3rd and 7 and a critical 3rd down for the Pirates. Pirates 4 of 10 on 3rd down tonight. Cerritos through the first 2 weeks has been unbelievable defending on 3rd down, limiting 3rd down conversions to just 17% over the first 2 weeks, 5 of 29. Blitz coming. Duran with good protection. Throws it short and completes. Henderson with the reception out to the 20-yard line. That is well short of first down yardage. Gain of just a couple, and it's a 4th and 5. And are the Pirates going to send out the punting unit? And they are. 3 timeouts remaining, and Steve Mushagian is going to put his faith in his defense to get another stop and get the football back. Carter back in punt formation for the Pirates. Eliza Davis. Whistles come in. Play clock was down to 0, and this is a delay of game against the Pirates. That's the first against the Pirates tonight. Just the 6th penalty on the Pirates tonight. So that'll back them up 5 yards. Now they'll wind the clock. 3:20 and counting. High snap, but Carter's got it. Short kick. And Davis makes the fair catch at midfield. So the Falcons will have very good field position. We do have a flag down. Yeah, we'll keep it here. So holding against Cerritos, the Falcons, meanwhile, now up to 15 penalties in the game. But they have overcome. And they'll start from their own 40, but the more significant number is likely the clock. 3:11 remaining. Pirates do have 3 timeouts, so the Falcons going to need to pick up a couple of first downs, if not more, if they want to close this one out without giving the Pirates another chance. Porch in motion. Medina on the carry. Lucky to get back to the line. He ran into the waiting arms of Gillespie. James Gillespie out of Woodbridge, Virginia. Another bounce back. And Pirates, for the most part, certainly a great bounce back against the run after struggling mightily last week to slow down the Mounties. But Dylan Eldridge has been another story altogether. Medina, again, drilled by Gillespie. McKelligan right there. And the Pirate defense so far has stood up exactly as you would hope if you're a Pirate fan. Ventura going to take a timeout. It's their first charge timeout. It'll be 3rd and 10 for Cerritos when we return. 2:30 remaining in the ballgame, and the Falcons with a 4-point lead. It's Ventura College Football on the VC Sports Network. Third down and 9 from the 41. Play action, Eldridge setting up the screen. Complete out to the 45, but short of the first down as he finds Joaquin Elliott coming out of the backfield, but Elliott stopped about 3 yards shy of the first down, and the Pirates are going to get the stop. 4th down and 3. What an interesting situation. Can you even consider going for it here? If you do pick it up, you go a long way toward finishing this one out. Even if you're stopped, if you're Cerritos, the Pirates down 4 have to get into the end zone. To win this one, the field goal does them no good. The Falcons are certainly going to run down the clock. Down to 2, and they will take their first charge timeout with 1:42 remaining. Or do you kick it away, play field position, and make the Pirates go a significant portion of the football field, if not more? And Dean Grossfeld certainly thinking more along the lines of the conventional wisdom, and hard to argue with that, especially the way his defense has played thus far this season. I mean, coming up here to the VC Sportsplex and playing the Pirates historically certainly in the Steve Mushagian era, this is one of the toughest assignments that a defense can have. So the 31 points allowed is barely a noteworthy number for the Pirates here at home. And the Falcon defense has been good. Petrescu kicks it away, takes a good bounce inside the 5. Well, you can't do it much better than that. Aiden Petrescu pins the Pirates down at their own 2-yard line. That is a punt of 52 yards, no return, and the Pirates will have to go 98 yards. Well, for those whose memory stretches all the way back to 1986, this was the length that the Broncos had to go in the drive in Cleveland. I mean, why wouldn't I remember that? I was in high school. But Ventura's going to need something dramatic. 98 yards from what would be likely a game-winning touchdown. The first pass incomplete, looking for James coming out of the backfield. Jaden Minix had the coverage, and that wasn't going much of anywhere. Pirates probably lucky that that wasn't completed. Daniel Duran, 11 of 19 for 187 yards and a touchdown. But a big portion of that came on the big play to Eli Aragon, who's at the top of your screen. 3-man rush. Duran from his own end zone completes the pass, finding Aragon out to the 18-yard line. A minute 17, clock continues to move. The Pirates do have two timeouts, but still a long way to go. Duran away from pressure, flags are down, the pass incomplete. 9 catches for 184 yards for Eli Aragon. Holding call on Ventura. Sophomore Julio Ray, outstanding right guard for the Pirates. Tough time for a holding call. And the Pirate offense has the opposite problem from the Pirate defense. They're facing a Falcon defense that, all things considered, is probably still pretty fresh here in the fourth quarter. Not a lot of time of possession. Duran looking deep, wants Henderson, a lot of contact. And there is the flag. This will buy him 15 yards. Watch here again. And Rodriguez Brown had the coverage and gets Henderson in the back. And watch one more time as Brown moving over and just gets there too early. So the automatic first down, under a minute to go. We're down to 47 seconds. Pirates still at their own 22, and even with 2 timeouts, going to need something dramatic here. They're going to need a chunk gain, probably a couple of them, to really get themselves in position. Where's it going to come from? Duran has time, looking short, and it's incomplete. Aragon crossing over the middle. Incomplete. Mateo Lona had the coverage. 2nd down and 10. Whistles come in on the snap. Both teams in action next week. Cerritos back at home to take on Orange Coast. Meanwhile, the Pirates on the road. They will travel up to Allen Hancock. Always a tough spot to play. Pirates would certainly prefer not to make that trip, having lost their last 2. Duran over the middle, incomplete. Looking for Henderson. 3rd down and 15. Dangerous throw for Duran, but down to 37 seconds. Pirates still at their own 17-yard line. Facing a 3rd and 15. Blitz coming. Duran under pressure. And as he was going down, tried to flip it out to Lamont James. And that is incomplete. And now the Pirates are down to their final bullet, perhaps. 4th and 15 with 31 seconds. They need to come up with 15 yards just to keep themselves in the game. 4 wide receivers. 3-man rush. Duran deep down the middle looking for Glenn. And it's incomplete. And the Falcon defense holds. And they will have the ball back, and they will be in a position to come out in victory formation and close this one out. Let's watch one more time from a couple of angles. It looked for a moment like Jerron Glenn had some separation, but there is Zedekiah Rodriguez-Brown. Boy, has he been busy tonight. On the coverage on Glenn. One more look, and let's see if we can get it. And we'll take you down field level. And clearly a good no call. Good job by Zedekiah Rodriguez-Brown. Working one-on-one against Glenn. Pirates going to elect not to stop the clock, and they will fall in a heartbreaker here, 35-31. And the Pirates will drop to 1-2 on the season. Cerritos, after their own heartbreaker a week ago, they go on the road. And there you see Dean Grossfeld, Steve Mushagian, and they know each other very well, president, vice president of the Coaches Association, and renewing their rivalry. Long history at the schools between the two of them. And so a nice moment for two good friends who renew one of the good rivalries here in the SCFA. Ventura and Cerritos, and this one goes to the Falcons 35-31. It's a final. The Falcons now 2-1 on the season, and they'll head back home to take on Orange Coast. Meanwhile, the Pirates, once again, on the road next week. They're up at Allen Hancock, and they will have to make that tough trip and hope to break a 2-game losing streak as they drop to 1-2. That will wrap up our coverage tonight here on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the VC Sports Network. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. See you in a couple weeks back here at the VC Sportsplex.